Lila had not expected her morning to involve a billionaire, let alone nearly hitting him with a hand-painted cardboard sign. She stood by the arrival's gate of Brookhaven International, arms tingling from holding the glitter-splashed poster board that read, in embarrassingly swoopy letters, "Welcome home, Mr. Carter." It sparkled, actually sparkled, like it had confetti dandruff. Her sister, Becca, was supposed to be here. But no, Becca was in bed with a fever, texting Lila hourly doom spiral predictions about losing her job as personal assistant to the new CEO, some cold, intimidating business prodigy returning from a 7-year expansion in Europe. "You have to go for me," Becca had croaked. "If I miss picking up this guy, I might as well pack my desk." So here Lila was, in an oversized cardigan, hair in a messy topknot, glitter on her cheekbone and coffee stain on her collar, waiting to greet the man who apparently owned most of downtown. She tried to imagine what a billionaire CEO looked like. Probably sleek, probably polished, the type who had never tasted airport food or understood the heartbreak of socks slipping in shoes. She tugged awkwardly at the hem of her cardigan. Passengers streamed past, families reunited, businesspeople hurried off, tourists gawked at signage. Lila scanned faces, looking for someone who radiated boss energy. Then she saw him, and he did not look like a CEO. He looked tired, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a simple black coat and travel-worn boots. No flashy luggage, hair slightly mussed, like he'd run his hands through it on the plane. His jaw was shadowed with stubble, his eyes the cool, stormy kind that suggested he was always thinking, measuring, analyzing, cataloging. He walked like he was used to space parting for him, but right now, he kept his head low. Yet everyone glanced at him anyway. Maybe because confidence was something you couldn't unpack into a suitcase. Lila held up the glitter sign. His eyes found it. He blinked, just once, as if the glitter had personally offended him. Then he started walking toward her. Okay, she thought, heart doing something very unprofessional. Play it cool. Don't say anything weird. Don't. Hi, she blurted, louder than intended. A few nearby passengers turned to look. He stopped a foot away, gaze flicking to the sign again. His voice, when he spoke, was low and warm, like stepping into a deeper room. "You must be my pickup," he said slowly. Lila tried to smile in a not panicked way. Yes, Mr. Carter. I'm here to take you to headquarters. Or your hotel, or home, or, wherever billionaires go." That came out wrong. Please pretend I didn't say the billionaire thing. He stared at her, and for a terrifying second, she thought she had ruined her sister's entire life. Then, the corner of his mouth tilted. Not a full smile, more like a secret one. "Well," he said, "this is already more interesting than the board predicted." He took her sign gently, as though it were fragile artwork rather than craft store chaos. "Lead the way." Lila nodded, flustered, and guided him toward the parking garage, making a heroic effort not to trip. The car ride began in silence. Lila drove Becca's tiny hatchback, which smelled faintly of lavender sanitizer and strawberry gum. The billionaire's knees barely fit. He sat like someone who had accepted the situation purely through mental fortitude. She cleared her throat. "So, long flight," he exhaled. 8 hours, and a 2-hour layover. And I was awake through all of it. Oh, yikes. Do you want to stop for coffee? Or tea? Or hot water with lemon like people in movies drink to show they're stressed? His eyes slid to her again, studying her like she was some unusual type of bird that had just spoken English. "I'll survive," he said. "Thank you." Silence again. She bit her lip. She could not let this be awkward. Becca needed her. So, she tried, excited to start the job. He gave a small sound that did not resemble excitement. Excited is not the word I'd use. Oh, nervous. No, dreading it. One eyebrow lifted. Something like that. Lila drummed her fingers on the steering wheel. "Well, everyone's been kind of on edge about your arrival." He looked out the window. "So I've heard. They've had a whole rumor list." That made him glance at her again. He noticed things quickly, she realized. Like real quickly. "A rumor list," he repeated. "Yep, top 3 being, you're terrifying, you hate coffee breaks, and you once bought a company just to fire someone." His expression did something she couldn't read. Not anger, not amusement, something tired, old. "That last one," he murmured, "is only partially true." She choked on air. "Oh, wow, I really thought you were going to deny it." "I minimized the layoffs," he said quietly. "No one tells that part." It wasn't defensive, just fact. Lila swallowed. Something in her chest softened. You're not what I expected, she said. His eyes flicked to hers. What did you expect? A suit, a briefcase, a villain soundtrack playing behind you. The corner of his mouth lifted again. A real one, small, but there. I didn't pack my orchestra, he said. They shared a look, and suddenly the car wasn't so small. Dash dash dash. They reached downtown. Glass towers, crisp winter sky, people in coats rushing with purpose. Lila pulled up in front of the headquarters, a sleek building with a steel and glass facade that looked like it might judge her cardigan. She put the car in park. Okay, we're here. I hope the glitter sign didn't, diminish your authority. He turned in his seat to face her. What's your name? He asked. Oh, Lila. Lila Hayes. Lila. He tested the name like it had flavor. Thank you for the ride. She smiled, warm and relieved. Of course, and good luck with the new job. I hope the rumor list is wrong about you being terrifying. He opened the door, paused, and looked back at her with an intensity that made her pulse stumble. Most people don't talk to me the way you did, he said. It was refreshing. Then he stepped out. She watched him walk toward the building, tall and calm and quietly commanding. Only when he passed through the revolving doors did she realize. She had never confirmed his first name. Oh no, oh no. Becca's boss, the CEO, was named Nathaniel Carter. But the sign she had been handed read, Welcome home, Mr. Carter. Their cousin's last name, the man she had just dropped off. The man whose car she had, the one she had joked with and talked rumors to. Wasn't Nathaniel Carter, which meant, her sister's boss was still somewhere in that airport. And she had just chauffeured a completely different Carter. Her phone buzzed. A message from Becca. Where are you? Nathaniel just texted. He landed early and got himself an Uber. He's already headed to the office. Lila stared at the doors where the other Carter had disappeared. The tired, understated one. The one who didn't want to be here. The one who didn't correct her. Her stomach dropped so fast she thought it hit the car floor. There was only one explanation. She hadn't picked up Becca's boss. She had picked up the boss's boss. The owner. The Carter. Alexander Carter. The reclusive head of the Carter Group. The man who hadn't been seen in public in 2 years. And she had brought him here in a hatchback with glitter. Lila whispered the only appropriate response. Oh, crap.